Hello everyone, this is the second lesson for the Unit 2 of English 1. I'm going to help you to do the activities from the book and I'm going to be giving you explanations of some concepts and vocabulary. We're going to start on page 17 with this activity, which is called He Works, She Works. So, first of all, have a look at the images we have here. We have one image on the left and one on the right. And here we have some vocabulary. A manager, a hospital, IKEA, and a doctor. Complete the sentences 1 to 4 with the words that you have in the box, looking at the images and using these words. Pause the video now, do the activities because now I'm going to give you the answers. Pause the video and do the activities. So number 1, she, we're talking about the woman. She is, this is the contraction, remember, of the verb to be. She is a doctor. She is a doctor. He is a manager. Number 2, he is a manager. Number 3, she works in a hospital. As you can see in the image, she works in a hospital and he works for IKEA. We use the preposition for when we mention the name of the company, in this case, IKEA. We use the preposition in when we talk about a general place in which people can work. She works in a hospital. Now look at the sentences, A and B. How are they different? Let's see. We have in A, I work in a hospital. She works in a hospital. I work for IKEA. He works for IKEA. Do you see the difference? Now, this is a basic principle of present simple affirmative or positive. In present simple, in affirmative sentences, the subjects I, you, we, and they are used with a normal verb. I work, you work, we work, they work. However, the subjects he, she, and it are used with the verb plus the letter S at the end. He works, she works, it works. That's the basic rule. Now let's see. Here below, letter C, we have some images about people working in different places. What I want you to do is to use this vocabulary to make sentences about this picture, these pictures. Use the vocabulary to make sentences about each picture. Pause the video and write your sentences. I'm going to give you the answers now. A. We have a woman. She works in a supermarket. Right? She works in a supermarket. And the other sentence we can create is she works for Tesco. That's the name of the supermarket. B. He is a teacher. He works in a school. Right? C. C. He works in a restaurant. He works in a restaurant. He is a waiter. That's the name of this profession, a waiter. D. She works in an office. Yes, we have a woman there working in an office. E. He works in a hospital. He works in a hospital. And the last one, F, using the vocabulary. Can you see over there? We have the last word. He works in a hotel, right? Those are the sentences that you can create using the vocabulary. He is a teacher. He works in a school, using the S at the end of the verb. Okay? Let's continue to the following page. Let's see. We have Donna's family. Donna there from Canada. Yes, Donna from Canada. And here we have a map, right, of different places. She says, my parents live in Halifax. They have a house there. I live in London and work in a company in London. My sister lives in Tokyo and works for Sony Corporation. My brother lives in Australia. He has an Australian wife and 3 children. Now, let's see. Donna talks about her family. Who are the people in photos A and C? Maybe you can know that from the text I already read. But let's listen.
Track 40.
My name is Donna. I come from Canada, but I live in London and work in a company in London. My parents live in Halifax. They have a house there. And my brother lives in Australia. He has an Australian wife and 3 children. My sister lives in Tokyo and works for Sony Corporation.
So who are the people in these images? In image A, we have Donna's parents, her mother and her father. Picture B, we have an image of her sister, right? Her sister, Donna's sister. And here we have a picture of her brother, right? This is her brother's wife, and these are their children, right? Good. Now let's do activity 2. It says read again and complete the table. Here we have the table with the same rule I explained you before. I, we, and they live, work, and have. And in this case, for he and she, we're going to use the verbs lives, works, and has. This is a special verb. We don't say haves. This is not correct. Yes? We change it. We call it irregular verb. And we say she or he has. Okay? Good. Now let's see. Choose the correct verb for each sentence. You have 2 options. They are underlined. Choose the correct verb for each sentence. Pause the video and do the activity. And then we check. Let's check your answers. Number 1, I have or I has 2 children. The answer is have. My sister lives in Australia. My sister, she lives in Australia. My friend Carlos has a flat in Buenos Aires. My friend Carlos, he has a flat in Buenos Aires. Her parents, they lives in Berlin. Her parents, plural, live in Berlin. We has a house in Florida. We have a house in Florida. And the last one, she works for Microsoft. She works for Microsoft. Very good. Now let's see. Can you create sentences with this information from the listening? Try to remember the information from the listening. Number 1 would be I live in London, right? This is the information about Donna. I live in London. She works in a company in London. Her parents live in Halifax. They have a house there. Her parents have a house in Halifax. My brother lives in Australia. He has a wife and 3 children. My sister lives in Tokyo. She works for Sony Corporation. Very good. Now this part is a speaking test. You can use it and follow the examples. Choose 3 people you know. They can be people in your family, your friends, and you can write sentences about them. Look at the example. My sister has a house in Lima, in Peru. She's married and she has 4 children. I have a friend in London. Her name is Paula. She's 20 and she is a student. My mother and father live near Moscow. My father works for Gazprom. I have a son, Ahmed, and a daughter, Salma. Ahmed is 10 and Salma is 8. We have a flat in Cairo. If you want to do this activity, you can send me your answers and I can check them. Okay? Now, we're going to be studying a bit of vocabulary. Okay? Very simple vocabulary of the word have. We use the verb have to talk about possessions and things that you own, right? Posesiones, cosas que te pertenecen, right? Now, match the words in the box with the pictures. Pause the video and match the words with the pictures. Let's check your answers.
Track 41. A,
A TV.
B,
A house.
C,
A car.
D,
A computer.
E,
A camera.
F,
A cat.
G,
An MP3 player.
H,
A dog.
I,
A bicycle.
J,
A flat.
K,
A mobile phone.
L,
Children.
Very good. Now, what about you? Write 3 sentences about things that you have. Now, finally, listen to students playing a game. What do they say? Let's listen and complete.
Track 42.
My brother has an old car.
My brother has an old car and a computer.
My brother has an old car, a computer, and 5 children.
My brother has an old car, a computer, and 5 children. You can play the game with people in your family if you want. Let's continue. Now, explore writing. We're going only to be practicing spelling. This is a very important part of the lesson, right? Spelling, letters, something that you need to know. Spelling would be something like deletrear. Now, listen to the alphabet just for you to practice. You can listen how many times you want if you need more practice.
Track 43.
A. B. C. D. E. F. G. H. I. J. K. L. M. N. O. P. Q. R. S. T. U. V. W. X. Y. Z.
Very good. Now, you're going to listen to people spelling the names of these objects or numbers, and you're going to write them below, okay?
Track 44.
1. C. H. A. I. R.
2. T, A, B, L, E.
3. E. I. G. H. T.
4. F, I, F, T, E, E, N.
5. I. N. D. I. A.
6. C, A, M, E, R, A.
4. Very good. Now, you can play this game. These are people in the family, and you can guess the letters. Okay? Try to guess them. Did you guess them? In number 1 we have brother, mother, husband, wife. And the last one? Children. Very good. Now, we're moving on to the end of the lesson. We're going to do this activity only to practice, okay? This is information that you should know. I'm going to be showing you the activities and you are going to be doing them. Now, pause the video, pause it, and find pairs of the following words. Here you have the example, sister and brother. Find the rest of the pairs. We have boy and girl, husband and wife, 10 and 20, shop and supermarket, read and write, doctor, teacher, his, her, cat, and of course, dog. Good. Now, second exercise, write the number as words. Pause the video and write your answers on your book. Number 2, look at page 20. Happy birthday, you are 18. The hotel has only 12 rooms. Did you have them all correct? Very good. Now you can do the rest of the activity and add 3 more words to the list. We have doctor, student, teacher, manager, nurse, waiter. In 2 we have supermarket, cafe, hospital, school maybe. A police station, a restaurant, sister, husband, mother, father, wife, brother, son, daughter. Now for verbs, this is important. Look, listen, write, read, speak, maybe. These are all verbs. 5, door, desk, maybe computer, chair, table, camera, TV, and you can create more. Good. Now, Spelling. Each of these words has one letter missing. Write them correctly. Find the mistake and write them correctly. One. What letter is missing? 14. 2. Daughter, the H. 3. Friend. 4. Hospital. 5. School. And 6. Office. Double F, right? Very good. The following exercise. Make sentences with words from A and B. Match the sentences. So we say, I am from China. I live in a small apartment. I am not married. I am a student and I have 2 children. Those are the sentences. Good. In this part of the page, you have some grammar. Yes? Present, a verb to be in present, full form and short form, present simple positive, I live, I work, I have, he lives, he works, he has, pronoun and possessive adjectives for each subject. And then we have 2 more activities. Now, choose the correct word to complete the sentences. Pause the video. Choose the correct word to complete the sentences. Now let's see. My parents live in New York. My sister has 2 children. They work in Paris. This is the main verb. They work. This is my mother in her kitchen. She in her kitchen. I have a son. He is 12. Very good. And finally, the last activity, change the verbs to short forms. They are from Japan. They're from Japan. Do the same with the rest of the questions and sentences. Number 2, what's your name? What is your name? What's your name? I'm not married. I'm not married. Where's Nairobi? Who's this? Very good. Now, that's the end of the lesson. I hope it helped you. If you have questions, you can write to my email. This is everything you need to know for the test, plus the other lessons that we had before. So, the test is going to be next week on Monday, right? And it's going to be about Unit 1 and 2. I'm going to be sending you an email with all the details. ¿Ok? Good luck. Cualquier pregunta me escriben, ¿cierto? Y nos vemos en la próxima clase. Bye bye.